Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of A Short View Back to the Podcast. As always, I am Jordan.
And I am Matt.
And what a day we've had, just full of news in the Formula One world. You know, so the day that we are recording is the 17th of February.
It is indeed.
So firstly, Ferrari did their livery launch. That's coming out on a separate episode.
Yep. But we had bigger news.
We have much bigger news than that. Firstly, changes within the FIA and Otmar Safnauer.
Yes.
How should we start with the FIA?
No, I think we should start with our good friend, Safna.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said to me, you think he's going to find the team a bit too French.
Yeah. Well, first off, he's obviously left Aston Martin, and he is now team principal of Alpine.
Shocker.
Forgot their name for a minute. Yeah. Shocker.
Just didn't see that one coming.
Didn't know.
No. No.
Obviously, Alain Prost has gone. And yeah, I said to you, I just think he's going to find a team a bit French in their ways. Don't ask me what I mean by that, because
For any international listeners that we sort of have, if you just ask an Englishman, which is just a bit French, we know what that means.
We know what that means.
No one else knows what that means. But, yeah, I mean, it just... Well, I mean, they're not fully French, though, are they?
No.
Well, okay, bear in mind the French government gives in a lot of money to them. But I don't know. I don't see him as too French myself.
No.
But the management structure with how things have gone at Alpine, looking at all the changes, and obviously Alain Prost had quite a lot to say.
He did.
But let's be honest, so when doesn't he?
Nope, I know.
Again, he's French.
Exactly.
So there's that. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get on well with Fernando. I think that's
it will be fine. Like when he was at Aston, obviously when they were...
Well, let's be honest, when they announced the...
Yeah.
What was he called?
Racing Point.
No. They appointed the chap that he was reporting into. There's like a structure change midway through last year. The writing was on the wall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've forgotten his name for the life of me. But, I mean, the writing was sort of on the wall there. But he's been... he's been with... when they were Force India for...
They were Aston Martin, then they were Racing Point, then they were Racing Point Force India, then they were Force India. Then they were probably Midland, and then they were Jordan. Yeah, something like that.
So I think he's been with them since the Force India days.
Yeah. And I remember him saying in the interview, like, he would rather just have, like, a simple desk. Like, I don't need money for, like, a big office and a big desk and this and that. Put all the money into the team. Yeah. So, in that aspect of it, I think he's going to do very well at Alpine.
Yeah. 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 No, I completely agree on that. I think it'll be very interesting to see. He's obviously a very clever chap. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. He's worked his way up from just race engineer to team principal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no concerns there whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, he's been in the sport since the early 2000s. You know, he did do a little bit of racing in the 90s in Formula 4.
I know there's a Sky F1 video of Safna's career. So go check that out. But yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be sort of fine, and I think that sort of makes me... But I think the two most similar teams on the grid, in my opinion, are Aston Martin and Alpine. That's a content idea. We should do a comparison between the two teams.
We should, yeah.
So, I think they'll be fine. Obviously, he worked very well with Seb.
Yeah.
They're very sort of close friends. I can see Fernando getting along with him very, very well.
Yeah, so can I. Yeah.
But obviously, I don't share the opinion that everybody has, thinking he's just such an arsehole. I don't share that opinion. So.
I used to think he was, but that was when he was racing against Seb.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm a big Seb fan.
Yeah.
But now, yeah. I like Alonso.
I've always liked Alonso.
Yeah.
Lord of the Eyebrows, of course. So yeah, I mean, maybe it's all part of our plan. But
maybe.
So I think we're gonna have some good things coming that way, and just we all saw it coming. So
yeah.
So I think this will be very, very interesting. So I don't know. Is he the BWT link? Because it seems wherever he goes, BWT go. Or is that just
it seems wherever Esteban Ocon goes, he goes.
Yeah.
Saying that, wherever BWT goes, and Ocon goes,
Yeah.
he goes. It's the triangle. Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there we are. New World Order, Esteban Ocon, Otmar Safnauer, and BWT.
BWT. Yeah, they've got plans.
Clean and friendly water for everyone,
Yes.
you know. Cool, so that's that then. So
That's-
the
yeah.
FIA, so firstly the news broke early today that Michael Massey will be replaced as race director. He's been offered another role within the FIA. They've not said exactly what it is as of yet, or if he's accepted it.
No, yeah. So yeah, I was sat there just chilling. Popped up on my phone. Massey
Gone.
gone.
Yeah.
And all the Lewis Hamilton fans erupt, cheering. Yeah, whoa, woo! You gotta remember, like, he made one mistake. Yes, it was a pretty big mistake,
Yeah.
but it was a mistake.
Yes.
Like, if you go off the season, if you go off this everything that happened in the season, like, let's just go to the first race, Bahrain. What corner was it? So you got 1, 2, 3. I think it was turn 4.
Yes.
Well, there was track limits.
Yep.
Hamilton, all that race. There's a video online where he goes off like 13 times on that corner.
Yep.
No one bats a fucking eyelid. Max overtakes him on that corner, which, obviously, the first race of the season, Hamilton pushed him wide. Watch a video.
Yeah.
Hamilton is literally on the red and white strips as Max is off the track. And Max has to give the position back because he overtook him off track.
Yeah.
Whose decision was that? It was Massey's.
I mean, even if you look at Brazil,
Yeah.
where definitely Max pushed them both
Both
wide
off track, yeah.
That was definitely. You sort of go, "What are you doing? Max?
Yeah.
You know, just come on now. Keep your head on straight, boy. You don't need to be doing that. You know."
Yeah.
Any investigation? I would have said, right, that's okay. Maybe not a penalty, but there's got to be something going on there. You know. I think,
No, yeah. Well,
I believe it was investigated, wasn't it?
I think the whole rule book needs changing.
Yeah.
Because I think, because I did a bit of research and everything, obviously you're only allowed 3 engines
Yes.
in the F1 season. I think Max and Perez took 4 engines. Yeah. Hamilton took 5. Bottas took 6.
Is that full engines though, or just certain aspects of the engine?
No, that's just the ICE.
I see it.
ICE. I think there should be a bigger penalty points deduction for it. Because if you've got a new engine when other teams aren't, you're going to have an advantage. Don't matter if you start at the back like Hamilton proved, you're going to get to the front. I think there should be a 10 points deduction for every engine took over. Yeah, because then, just imagine it.
Okay.
Just imagine it. How many, like I said, 6 times they changed Bottas's engine. That's 20 points gone. Yeah? Hamilton, 5. So that's another load of points gone. Again, I know Red Bull changed the engines, but they only changed it once for each driver.
Yeah.
Who would have won the constructors?
Well, it would have been Red Bull
Red Bull.
by a landslide.
Would we have had all this controversy with the end race? No, because they wouldn't have even been in the points to win the race if there would have been a points deduction for an engine taken.
So is it sort of the minute you change your engine, whatever points you got at that time, points removed?
Yeah, 10 points removed.
So I wouldn't agree with that. I would maybe say a 5 or 10 point reduction depending on where you finish on that race. So if you finish first, instead of getting your 25 points, you get 20 points.
If you finish in the top 5, 10 points reduction. If you finish anywhere else, 5 point reduction.
I can see where you're coming from. I can't
No.
ever imagine that. I can see. I can understand your point of view. I can't say I fully agree on it.
No.
But
So the only point I'm coming from, if Hamilton didn't have his engine changes, I'm not saying Max didn't have 1, but Max only had 1.
yeah,
Hamilton had 2.
yeah.
If he didn't have them engine changes, would he have been as solid as he was in Brazil, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi? It would have been good.
It would have been good.
But he wouldn't have been as fast because with the engine changes, they can literally just go, we've only got 3 races left. Give everything.
Yeah. A little bit spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then also saying that as well, like obviously the mileage, you know, probably from an engineering perspective, they've got to have the engine changed because engines get worn down, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, depending on the miles that they do on the track, you know, but ultimately the engines will sort of go wrong.
Yeah, you got all the practice sessions,
Yeah.
qualifying, and the race.
So they're going to be easily racking up, well, so many miles and all that sort of stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean,
I just don't think a 5-place or 10-place penalty is enough.
I would definitely say back of the grid. Anything like that, I'd say just go back of the grid and all that. We're going to supposed to have, or that would be even more interesting now because the new cars are designed so you're not going to have dirty air.
Yeah.
So it's going to be easier overtaking and all of that. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I agree on the points section, but I do, or you know, maybe you start from the pit lane, I'd say. Yeah, so you don't do standing start, you just go from the pit lane once everybody's gone. Yeah. That's what I think that would be the fairer thing.
Okay.
In my opinion. But also slightly more worryingly as well. So the president of the FIA, whose name I cannot pronounce, Mohammed something, Mohammed whatever his name is.
Hold on. Mohammed Ben Shalom?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. So he's now announced that you're going to have alternating race directors, and that there will be, like very much like in football, you're going to have sort of like a VAR assist for Stuart's decisions and all of that. So from my understanding with football, I don't watch football, I don't follow football, that if the ref makes a decision that everyone thinks is wrong, it can be then referred to VAR, who then sort of will sort of decide they're going to be separate from the office in the FIA, in race control. And from my understanding, it'd be like, you know, Silverstone when we get the whole Michael, I sent you an email with diagrams where the track should be. It's going to be very much like, pretty much like in tennis, where you sort of get the diagram where the ball landed. It's going to be sort of like that. Yeah. Now, I very much disagree with this. Football, you know if you're offside or not. Yeah. Instantly, right? Right, racing lines, and if someone's pushing or whatever, that's not a one-size-fits-all. It's human reaction, and also saying that you're probably gonna, you know, just the tiniest touch of the steering wheel. Yeah. Gone.
Well, going to the Silverstone incident, because I've had many arguments with many of people saying Max was in the wrong. Max turned in on Lewis.
No.
Max didn't turn. The corner they were going through in today's F1 car is a flat-out corner, pretty much. The line Hamilton was on, he would have had to have lifted off or braked to get round that corner.
Yeah.
Max on the line he was on wouldn't.
Yeah.
Max was on the right line.
It's a 7 or 8 gear.
Yeah.
8 if you're really brave, but, you know, 7's the more comfortable one. Pretty much,
if you put like a right angle to it, it's pretty much nearly a right angle corner, just with a curve on it. Like, and Hamilton was going straight. You're not going to make that corner on the line he was on.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But anyway, I'm getting off the point here.
No, exactly.
But yeah, with the VAR thing,
yeah,
I'm guessing the way that they'll do it is that they'll see the racing line and then where the two cars are, but
or it might be they might even be like an algorithm program. It's going to be the most modern technology.
Yeah.
So there might even be algorithms to suggest how a driver could have reacted. I'm not saying that is the case, but if that will be that, fuck your algorithms.
Yeah.
Human beings.
And
I'll just say what, until I'll tell you what, right, I'm going to get really quite irate about this. Until every single one of those stewards has been in a Formula 1 car, in a 20-track race with high pressure, and say, right, and if we make them work for something, so go, right, you're racing for your salary.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Don't. I think...
Toto, it's called a motor race.
No, Michael, no, you know. And obviously they've also announced that the FIA messages will not be broadcast on the television. So, to be fair, I am in favour of that. I think because, you know, Michael, massive cock-up, as I've sort of done. I really did disagree with his decision-making for the final race, from start to finish, actually. But he's probably aware he's on the telly.
Yeah.
He's probably very much aware that Jesus Christ, he's a man. He's a man doing an office job essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's just scale it down, and you got to have him put up on the telly. First, he's dealing with everybody else's shit.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it's like when Alpine were like, so Mike, so it's okay for Raikkonen to do it, but not us. No, it's not okay.
I
Well,
love that
Raikkonen did
race.
it. It's a bit childish.
Yeah, you drove him off the track.
Yeah, it's very much. So I'm in complete agreement with that. So we're gonna have 2 alternating race directors, which it's a long season.
It is a long season.
It's a very long season. Like
that's 12. That's 12 races each, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's going to be one after the other or if you do the first half or you do but so this is sort of so that's going to be interesting to see. I was very much for. I wasn't necessarily for Massey being sacked. I was definitely for the idea of him maybe having a helping hand.
Yeah.
They've even announced now that teams can still talk to the race director, but it's going to be for a very, very controlled process.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm all for that. I just think probably we've only just started to see what the race directors actually get.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it was a bit too much for Massey.
I think we should just stop the hate on Massey.
Yep.
Like, what's happened. Whether you agree with it or not, it's F1.
Yeah.
It's real world. You're not always going to get your way. He's one man. He still has feelings. He's still a human being. Yes, he might have made a mistake, whatever way
a massive one. But also saying that, could you imagine the uproar if the season finale came down to a yellow flag?
Yeah, exactly. And people going, he was influenced by Red Bull, saying that he needs to unlap the cars, this and that. But then they're ignoring the fact that Mercedes were on the radio going, don't give us a safety car, no red flag. No, just.
And then, because there was the sort of, not the new footage, but there was a broadcast on Sky. Now, bearing in mind, in the media, you're going to be biased to one particular driver. It's how the media works.
It
right?
is, yeah.
So when when was it Jonathan Wheatley was saying, well, Michael, you don't need to let all the cars unlap,
Yeah.
And he said, okay, Jonathan, yep, understood. That roughly translates to Jonathan, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Because if you look at the whole season. What is one of Michael Massey's phrases? Understood.
He's not being influenced.
No.
Maybe, actually, tell you what. Maybe now we could just get a race director to say, will you just sod off?
Yeah. Or just go, you know what, I'll think of that. And then just shut off the radio.
Yeah, okay, let me... Oh, sorry, you're breaking, like, rustling like a packet of crisps. Sort of going, what? You're breaking up,
Yeah.
So, I think, Massey's had a lot of unfair stick. I do disagree with some of his decisions made throughout the season.
Definitely.
But we're saying that, do you think we could do a better job in that high pressure situation? Of course not. So I think especially Camp Lewis.
Yeah.
At the minute, some of the fan base, not all
the fan base,
not all of them. It's just the ones that we see on social media. And there's a difference. There's a difference between that. Just he's a man with feelings, and I'll put it this way, right? This let's put it to a sort of a similar but not similar situation. There was a Australian journalist who went to go and interview Adele.
Okay.
And then there was a cock up. He didn't get the new album to listen to. So he had like a really, really awkward interview with Adele. Slated online and all of that. And then he's just checked himself into a mental health rehabilitation ward. Again, so saying that as well, what we need to, I think we all, and you know what? There's been points on this podcast where I, on our first episode, I said I have got little to no hope for Ricardo.
Yeah.
Maybe lots of, I've said things, particularly against Lance Stroll. We've all said things.
Yeah.
But when it's something like this, I think we all just need to kind of take
a
step back.
When it's sending death threats to Latifi, who has to hire out security because of the death threats to him and his girlfriend.
No, that was too far.
That is way too far.
That was, yeah.
Don't call yourself a Formula One fan.
Yeah.
Don't associate.
That was it. Look, I felt really, really bad for Latifi. I just eat on the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't say that.
No, you can't. But that's the sort of the joke that's sort of there involved.
Oh no, yeah.
But even he came out and said, I can't believe. So he felt guilt the minute he got off that track.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
So no, nothing to do with Latifi.
No.
He had a bit of a scrap with Schumacher. That's racing. That's what we want. But we don't want anybody crashing.
But then, on the other hand, on the other hand, everyone that's moaning that Hamilton lost the championship.
Felipe Massa.
No. well, yeah. But did you see the gap when Max overtook him on the last lap into the hairpin? How much of a gap he left?
It was a bloody good over.
It was. I saw a post that said you could have put 3 Red Bull cars within that gap.
Yeah.
Like, just stop the hate. Just stop it. Stop it.
This is now, unfortunately, it's going to go down. What we witnessed is this is a history talking point and all of that. Like Seb's 2012 win. It is one of them.
Yeah.
It's a fixed point in history. We cannot do anything about it. Right? What the FIA have done, they have learnt about it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Is learn from it.
And it sounds like the FIA have done all they sort of done. Yeah, we don't know the ins and outs. They've not turned around and said, right, Massey, you cocked it big time here. You're gone. He could have potentially resigned, or they could have given him said, "Do you want to?" And he might have said, "No."
No. Yeah.
We don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
They've offered him a role within the FIA.
We've just been told what the media's been told, and do the media always tell the truth? No. So, yeah.
I do feel sorry for Massey. I mean, what in the 3 years we've had him, we've not really had this much of a drama. But I think that's my.
Well, we had a few decisions where it was like,
you raise your eyebrows.
Yeah, but yeah.
I've never been a sort of a Massey out, but I think we've all learned from it. They're even to the Motorsport Rulebook Commissioning. They're going to have a meeting soon to actually say what's with the the unlapping cars and stuff, they're going to get that defined. I think that's great, right? It's just a very unfortunate lesson that's had to be learned.
Yeah.
Massey's a bit been the scapegoat, I kind of find, or what I feel. Yeah, unfortunately, he's just... Yeah, and this is it. And I just leave him be.
The thing with this sport, not just this sport, every sport, there is a winner and there are losers. It can't always be your driver. It can't always be your team.
Exactly.
But what happens, happens.
Exactly. But I think... so that'll be very much interesting. Again, my biggest fear is with the F1 VAR.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of fears.
I'm definitely using that picture as a thumbnail.
That's a good photo. That's a good one, but
why me?
Why me? Yeah, no, I do feel The main thing is we've learned.
Yeah.
No, the FIA, the government body, they have learned.
Exactly.
And this is sort of it. Even what's he called? When he was still alive.
Charlie Whiting?
No, president of the FIA.
Oh,
Mosley.
Yeah, Max Mosley.
Yeah, I mean, he made some really dodgy decisions in his time. But again, he's always had a bad... he didn't have much of a chance either because he just had such a bad name following him around as well.
Exactly.
So, so that's pretty much the news.
That's been the news. The short view back to the podcast news.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this one. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot more coming up.
We will.
I've got a feeling we're going to be very, very busy.
We are going to be very, very busy.
We're going to be very, very busy, but I love it, But we're just offering impartial views.
We are.
This is luckily it works because we've mostly got the same sort of opinion on sort of things like that. We're not gonna. You're not gonna share our views, but we invite you to challenge our views in a healthy.
You're always free to comment on YouTube or comment on Instagram or Facebook. We'll bring some comments up. We might not.
No.
But we're always open for healthy debate.
It's
as long as you don't become toxic.
Yeah, exactly. If someone says, what I feel as if Lewis was robbed, fine.
Yeah.
We see your point. There'll be times we probably both go, I completely disagree with that.
Yeah.
And,
But guess what? This is life.
It is life.
People disagree with each other. Doesn't mean you have to hate them. Don't mean you have to slander them. It's life.
My best advice would be, if you feel that strongly, switch off your phone, switch off the telly, go and read a book.
Yes.
That's it. But thank you very much for listening again. If anyone's got any thoughts on this, please comment. We'd be more than happy to have an open discussion about this, maybe, maybe one day we could even do sort of like maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here, a sort of a live podcast where we just all sit, where it's question time, a short view back to the podcast question time edition. That would be lovely. So we just say, look, comment your views. We're not going to be upset unless you start sending us death threats because we might.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly. We try our best to be respectful, and this is how everybody else should be with the sport.
Yes, just bring along a couple of Heineken with you, and we're good.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Heineken sponsor us.
Yeah, but I need to start tagging them in the comments.
You do, yes, yeah.
That's my that's me. So,
but anyway, this has been a short view back to the podcast news.
Thank you very much.
For
we'll
watching.
see you whenever the next episode is out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.